like literally complaining, but then like no action for the follow-up. That's a luxury, because if you can still sustain without having to change, I mean, that's amazing. That's something that I always try to implement, is systems, because it's the only way I can first get rid of human error as much as possible. But the second thing is I can exactly see when people are doing something correct and when they're not. Because if I tell someone, hey, let's increase our sales, they'll say, okay, cool. And then 2 months later, I'm like, did we increase it? They're like, no. I'm like, why not? Well, we got this one guy that closed, but it was like $500. But when I have like a KPI where it's like, we gotta close one client a week, and I sit down and I'm like, did we close one client a week? They're like, no. I'm like, why not? Right? There's something I can hold them on to. One thing that I always notice in Bosnia is that there aren't systems. Like, people take their cigarette breaks, they take their lunch break, they go on a coffee. I feel like they're doing things outside of work more than actually working, which again is one of those things where it's like, okay, there's more to life than just working. But like, what gets me is when they're like, dude, I wish I can make more, dude, the economy like sucks, dude, I wish we can like dominate. But then I look at what they're doing and then they're like drinking coffee. That's the thing that gets me. If you're happy with your life, and I met a lot of people that are just like happy with whatever they're making and they want to enjoy their coffee, I'm like, dude, do your thing because you're happy. But when you're unhappy and you don't do anything, I feel like that's Bosnia, bro. Like literally complaining, but then like no action for the follow up. That's a luxury, because if you can still sustain without having to change, I mean, that's amazing. But the fact that businesses are dominating in Bosnia with probably a 2 out of 10 effort is amazing to me. And that's why I'm like, if we just get it up to like an 8 out of 10 effort, you're gonna dominate your sector. Yeah, that's my thought. So don't be lazy. Do you think they're lazy, or what do you think it is? Or is there not enough pain?
So what I think the main issue is that people, as you said, are just lazy. I had some friends before that were like, oh, this sucks, this doesn't work, blah 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 blah. But they're just in their comfort zone, not doing anything, not changing.
But do you think they're like lazy, or is it just like, my life is good, yeah, I'm complaining, but like there isn't enough of a pain to change anything? The way I look at it is like, it's like the gym.
What do you think?
Like, you know, everyone's supposed to work out, eat healthy, stuff like that. We all know that we should, but most people don't. I wouldn't say they're lazy, because they're up 6 in the morning to grab coffee, then they're like going out here, then they're going. So like, until the doctor's like, listen, you're gonna die in 6 months unless you implement this, and they're like, shit, I'm implementing it.
I gotta change it. Yeah.
So that's like enough pain. And I think in Bosnia there's enough pain, because like the malls are still packed, the coffee shops are still full, people are still out and about, they're still traveling, they're still having a good life. In America, there's like always this like marketing aspect of like you needing to buy the fancier clothes, the bigger house, the car, stuff like that. I know that there's a little bit of that here too, but not as much over there. So there's never that like kind of like pain that is marketed to you to keep on making more money so you can afford these things. But I feel like the more people that start making money, the more people that start driving nicer cars, others will feel like they're a lot lower than them. Because I still feel like people are kind of here. There's obviously people that have money, but most people are like in this middle sector. So you don't really feel like you're not doing enough. Now, I have a meeting in 4 minutes. We can't record that one, but we'll be live again.
Checkmate. First bite.
It's good. It's what I needed. You know, I like it because it has protein, but it has a lot of extra calories. But I don't know.
A burger in a
I
while.
like burgers.
It won't hurt.
I have this one friend, and I talked to him a couple of days ago, and he was saying like he's unhappy and stuff like that, and I tried telling him like the only thing you need to do is like, I mean, there's two things you need. Like, one is just try to be better 1% every day.
Yeah.
Because it builds up, and that's what can get you out of the unhappiness.
Mhm.
And the other thing is change of mentality, like not the mentality but the view on life. I see that many people here have that bad outlook on life. Everything is bad, everything is against them. Just be optimistic, dude. Like, it helps you
It's
so
easier
much.
like said than
It
done.
helps
Like how do you
yeah.
how do you become it though? How do you become more positive?
It takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, like, I started to look for good things all around me. Like, sunshine is out, I'm happy. Try to be a better person every
But you
day.
know what's
And
weird
that's-
though? People in Bosnia are good though. That's the weird part. Because if you're coming out of the tram and you have a stroller, like people will help you. If you don't have a mark, people will give you a mark. But yet they're negative, which is the weird part. You know, I feel like they're negative to themselves and others, but like I feel like there's this good thing that I read a long time ago, and still to this day we use it all the time at the GenTech office, which is, you know, say you're holding a cup like this. Oh, there's actually something in here. But let's say it's a cup and you're holding it and I'm walking and you bump into me and I just spilled, which in this story is coffee. So I had coffee in here, I'm walking, and you bump into me and I spill it. And then I ask myself, why did I spill coffee? And it's because there was coffee in here. Now there's a key thing to that because there's two stuff. I can say I spilled it because you bumped into me, but the biggest factor is like I spilled the coffee. Now what does the coffee resemble here? It resembles hatred, negativity, just unhappiness. So the fact that I had that filled in my cup, I spilled it out because life will rough you up a little bit. And what happens when you get roughed up? You spill out what you're holding in. If I was holding water, I would have spilled water. So when someone cuts you off on the street, what do? Do you flick them off, or do you say, oh, no worries, he was probably rushing somewhere?
I just let them.
Yeah, so it's like, what do you hold internally? And that's what is going to get spilled when life hits you, and life is hard. So I think people are negative because in Bosnia they're holding the hatred and stuff like that, which I think they hold it against themselves. Like they're unhappy with their life, they're unhappy with maybe the situation. And if you're holding positivity and happiness and then someone cuts you off or whatever, you end up releasing more positivity, and that affects the other person and that affects the other person. I feel like that's how you change society. There's actually like a whole like template on TikTok, which is like mashtashti, you know, nije to za tebe,
Yeah.
which is like, what are you gonna do with that? Like people will have ideas and most people will be like, that's not gonna work out, like you're not the right person for that. And that is the biggest difference between here and the US, because the US, like, people will support you almost to the point where like it's a little too much, because like you almost sound like there isn't enough truth. Like people will say, oh, I'm gonna build like this because I want to do this, like some crazy theory, and people are like, yeah, do it, you're gonna crush it. But then again, like, I mean, crazy ideas create crazy results. You know, if anyone normal was thinking just in a normal way, like Elon Musk, he wouldn't have built what he did.
Yeah.
You know, Nikola Tesla, I mean,
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, so many people. So you do need to have crazy ideas, and sometimes people need to support it. But sometimes, like these people, they don't need support because internally they truly believe in this thing and they push no matter what. And I feel like that's what we're doing here. Like people don't believe in what we're doing. I'm like, we're gonna keep on pushing because I see like some value in it. We're good, but if you feel like you're unhappy in life, like that's the thing that bothers me. Like when you're unhappy and you're not making a change. But if you're unhappy, like just believe in yourself and don't listen to anyone.
2 weeks have passed. How are you feeling?
Good. You know, like when I just arrived, I think I came at the worst time when I came to the smog. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do with this for like 3 months. But it's been better since then. It was only those first 2 days. But now it's already like pretty. That was my only concern, the smog. Everything else I already knew what to expect. And I mean, I love it, man. I'm meeting so many people thanks to Samir. But also, people do watch this YouTube channel. Like I meet so many people, they're like, oh yeah, I saw your video. It's crazy to me because we're not even getting that many views even now or before when I was recording. So I just know with the consistency I'm gonna get to meet more and more great people. And the good thing is like everyone that watches this, they're somewhat like ambitious. So like everyone that I'm meeting because of YouTube are actually people that I want to like meet. So yeah, I'm excited with everything that's going on. One thing that I wish I had more time for is exploring. I think the fact that I don't have my own car yet, I think that's holding me back, but definitely want to do more like exploring, more nature activities like hiking. Gotta go horseback riding with Summit. He told me that we will. Yeah, go to the other cities. I mean, I've been to all these cities, but like the whole point of living in Europe is to be able to travel more. But yeah, the first 2 weeks just been trying to get my life together, but I'm gonna be able to do more fun things. Probably like another 3 or 4 weeks when my car arrives.